more convinced that you're going to the bad place?
Oh, 100. I mean, there's no doubt. Yeah.
I think I see
convinced I can
butthole
weasel
spiders
out of
in my
though.
future. Like,
I'm looking at it as like a training guide to getting out of the bad place. Like, okay, I think I got this.
I'm looking at it as a way to like game the system.
Yeah.
You don't think?
That's what I think.
Well, they fixed it, right? So technically, for us now, it's this new system. So Autumn, we could be as terrible as we want, but when we get to the afterlife in the medium place, we can figure it out. Yeah.
We have to just take the lessons we've learned from our lives.
What would be your like medium place? I know what mine is because I've thought about this a lot.
We're in it right now.
Mine would be I'd get to eat like all the fast food I want, but it would be like slow buffering speeds for everything I'm watching, and it would be only Burger King because Burger King is terrible.
And it would be like not hot; it would be like almost room temperature. So like the fries have started to get a little cold,
like her beer, right? Like
yes.
Alex, what would be your medium place?
My medium place? My medium place would because that would be my bad place. My medium place would be Texas, where you live, in the winter. And there's a country music festival a few miles away, and I could just barely hear it all the time. Like I just barely hear bad country music all the time. Mm-hmm. And there's just mediocre ribs just all the time.
Yeah.
So, ooh, no, like all of the ribs are Dickie's. It's like Dickie's barbecue.
Yeah.
It's like fast food barbecue. Well, hey everyone, welcome in. I really want to know because now I'm curious. Like, not your good place, not your bad place, but what's your medium place? What's your like? I guess it could be worse, but it's not that bad.
Mine's all the candy is sweetened with Splenda instead of stevia instead of sugar. So it's like I still get red vines, but they're like stevia.
But where would it be? Like locally, like where would you physically be?
Nevada. Like it's not the worst, but it's not great. It's just like it's fine.
Ooh, it would be like a room at Circus. You're like, I guess I'm in Vegas, but it's Circus.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And there's just the big clown, like Eleanor's clown that she has. Hey everyone! Welcome in.
Answers.
We're gonna get to them in 1 second because I am curious. Welcome to Fandom Social Live. My name is Paul. This is Alex, and this is Autumn. And congratulations, you are all in the bad place because you found this show. So today we've got an episode of Pop Culture Headlines. We've got a few things that we want to go through. This is a fun, relaxed fit. Daniel's on the ones and twos, so everyone wave hello to Daniel, or else he gets very sad.
Ones and twos or ones and zeros.
We also need to say the word debate so I can put it in our title. So for good SEO for tonight.
I can manage that.
I just want to say, Autumn, that I disagree wholeheartedly with this.
Oh,
I would like to debate you on that.
I want to go back to my answer saying I'd be at the presidential suite at Circus.
Oh, that's true.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I'm just biding my time. And that trumps anything you have to say.
Oh, you beat me by 2 seconds.
Boom.
Well, we've got a lot of people here. I couldn't figure out a way to work in candidacy. So candidacy. Well, hey everyone, welcome in. Let's say hi to everyone. Tenchi, hello.
Hello.
I agree.
Tenchi
to talk about.
And Laura.
Liza, hello.
Liza.
Home from
Mr. Kennedy. That's a presidential name.
Yeah, and who's screaming into this microphone over here? Is that Rammstein? What is going on?
That's this is one of our primary fans right here.
Mm-hmm.
Primary? I like it.
Everyone, let's please stop talking over each other. Let's keep this democratic. Raise your hand. Laura,
John?
hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I vote we show more people that are here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jin.
Hello.
Hi, Jin. What do we got?
Luis, what's up?
Oh, pull up Pete's comment because that's gonna be some foreshadowing for an announcement later tonight.
Pete says, "I can't imagine any show with Alex turning into a debate." Well, we're glad you brought that up. So sorry, Daniel. I know I said you're the only one bringing him up, but I'm done. Hands are off. Hello everyone. We're going to do pop culture news and headlines. We're going to get to the Harry Potter news, Superman news. We are purposefully working in Taylor Swift news into this one because I do think it's very interesting.
And good SEO.
And great SEO. And Alex is gonna
debatable.
Alex is gonna run us through that in a bit, but So kind of we wanted to just give you, before we do this, a brief preview of what's going to be coming up all throughout July. So with that, next week on July 4th, we're off. We're not going to have a show. Mm-hmm. Alex has a fun idea for something we can do, but I don't know if we're actually going to do it. But we may run something. I kind of have some ideas now. But next 4th, we're not going to have a live. We're not going to have a live show, so I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm also going to be moving. I'm moving back to LA, so that'll be a busy week. But the following week, the 11th, I will. Is it the 11th? Yeah, the 11th. I will also not be around because new job, bunch of stuff, but we've got a very unique show that we are going to be trying out. I will not be here. So we are giving the very daunting task to Daniel to moderate a debate, argument.
Call it a roundtable of topics.
An impromptu conversation with these two yahoos. They don't know what the topics are. Daniel's going to bring them up, and he's just going to say, go. So tune into that on the 11th.
I have a title in mind for that, and it's called Two Friends Fight, because I think there's a 95% chance that we will not agree on the things that Daniel brings up.
And that's the first topic of discussion.
Yeah, I think that is the stupidest title for a show I've ever heard, and I would like to completely disagree with it.
Yeah,
what's your
I think literally anything would be better.
Daniel, can you bring up Pete's comment? It's not true. But I will be traveling a little bit, and we also have some really fun. So that's going to be the show on the 11th. That is just tune in. We just hot take cold shoulder. That's fun. We own that now. Thank you.
I feel like even when Alex and I are on the same side of something, we'll still have a way to fight about it.
Yeah. Oh no. There's times when I completely agree with the point that someone's making, but the way they get there just annoys the crap out of me. And I got into a Reddit argument, and I was going back and forth. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I agree with you 100%. It's just your path to this answer is terrible, and I hate it. And I was like, no, I agree with you. Just take a different.
I'm so excited.
Ended that sentence with, I got in a Reddit argument. I'm like, understood. I get you. So then the following week, we've got another box office breakdown. We are doing, drum roll.
No. Akio Harry Potter box office breakdown.
Yes. We are doing a box office breakdown of the live action Harry Potter films. We're going to be talking about the TV series that's coming out through HBO Max today. But so the following, I think that's like the third Thursday of July. The third Thursday. So we're doing a Harry Potter box office breakdown. So I'm sure Alex is going to love living in the magic, in the whimsy. Yeah. We're going to put a sorting hat on Alex. He's very excited. I can already tell.
Tenchi has a good question. Are we going to do all of them or just the first 8, like the primary 8 that was the original story?
What are 10?
Oh no, I'm not doing
Seriously?
World.
Oh, no, are the 10
like the prequels,
Fantastic Beasts.
Basically?
No. We won't do those because I can tell you right now, even from just knowing movies,
they're at the bottom.
That they wouldn't be even in the top 5. So,
they wouldn't even be top 12.
Yeah, we'll just do the original movies, and we're going to try to keep this real concise because
Daniel, take notes.
We did 8 of the stupid Transformers movies, and that show went 2 hours. So we'll definitely try to keep it tighter. If not, maybe just do 5. But that's what we're doing for that one.
We're gonna do all 8.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't give me an excuse to watch them. I haven't seen them in a long time.
I haven't seen them since a few months ago. So
I was gonna say I literally just finished watching them. Like
I can tell by the spark in your eye, Autumn, that you've just took some Patronus. No, what's it called? What's the thing they take that makes them transform?
Polyjuice. Jesus.
Polyjuice potion.
You can tell I'm real excited. I'm real excited for this.
Patronus is okay. Never mind.
Great. So, and then after that, the last Thursday of July, we're actually going to do a deep dive on the history of Comic-Con because it's Comic-Con week. Autumn's actually not making it this year. Alex is in New York. Daniel, I don't think can make it, but I'm going. I'll be down there. So it'll be cool to be down there. We'll talk a little bit about Comic-Con, what you can expect from this year's Comic-Con, but just a brief history, a brisk walk through Comic-Con and how it's changed.
You can't really brisk walk. It's more like you have to sort of shove your way through.
Yeah, a sticky stroll through Gasland.
Yeah,
we'll call it.
Or for me, it's backpacks in the face.
Oh yeah, because Lidl. So
anyway,
and then this is sort of a small preview into August, but our first show in August, we are starting strong. We've got our next fandom focus, and it's a big one. It's one that I actually got really emotional. I watched this documentary on it just to kind of like in preparation for it. We are doing the My Little Pony fandom, specifically Bronies. It is an incredibly fascinating story. That has so many misunderstood elements to it that, like, me and Autumn were talking about it specifically, and it's just we know a lot. Me and Autumn have met a lot of these people. We know people who have worked in that fandom, and it's going to be a really interesting story. So we hope, again, first week of July, you guys join us for that. Get your brony on.
Yep.
Friendship
is magic. Yep. Go watch all your Friendship is Magic.
I watched like 2 episodes and I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a long month. So
I'm gonna have to dig up my original My Little Pony from the 80s. I'll bring that out.
When they were called My Pretty Pony. Before they were My Little Pony.
Save it for the show.
Okay.
Save it for the show. Giving away the milk without the cow for free. Or something.
Anyway,
so all right, well, everyone, so that's kind of just a brief 12-minute intro into what you can expect from Fandom Social Live. We've also, of course, going to be doing our best to put out some movie reviews, some other content that we've got going on. Things are starting to settle a little bit, but not quite. So we're still working on it. But
people settle to watch the show.
I mean, they sure do. Gravity's happening. I'm 50. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Things are starting to settle.
Well, can we start talking about news?
All right. Well, with that, Alex, go ahead.
Put the thing on the bottom.
Daniel's he's like reminding us, hey guys, it's time for pop culture news.
He's like, wrap it up, Shakespeare. He's like,
listen,
hey, you're not Jacob Elordi on SNL. No one wants to watch you talk for 12 minutes.
Focus.
All right,
Alex, this isn't a Lord of the Rings. Let's go.
Oh my God,
Jacob Elordi of the Rings. Anyways, Alex, go ahead. Sorry. Alex, please.
Let's open up with some super news. So there are new Superman movie leaks. Daniel, bring up some of these movie leaks. So the first on-set images of James Gunn's Superman have hit the web, with principal photography moving to Cleveland, Ohio, of all places. Howard the Duck's there. Our newest look at the suit comes to us surprisingly from their city website and gives us our look at our fellow DC hero, Mr. Terrific. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of feelings that people have, because people always do this. They always have feelings. The suit. It's a new suit. It's a new design suit. This is, I think, New 52 inspired, I believe. The underwear has come back. The underwear on the outside come back. It's got all the lines. What do we think about the new suit?
Mr. Terrific looks great. He looks terrific. I think he looks good. Go ahead, Autumn. Because I have, obviously, as a DC fan, a lot of thoughts. But I'll let you go first.
I think he looks like a cosplayer at a con who is trying to look like the action figure. Like, it looks very plastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we bring it up again, Daniel, real quick?
There you go. See, it's giving cosplay. It is.
Bring it back up.
Yeah.
See, look at the elbows. Like, it's
so that man looks like Superman. Like, he does.
Yeah.
The suit.
It's got the shape. I like the S.
It's very reminiscent of Kingdom Come. This is very
stands for hope.
And Batman's symbol stands for "I'm going to force feed you your kneecaps." And so I think the suit looks good. I think the cape looks amazing. I like the way it's attached here.
up there. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Beat me by 2 seconds, Jen. I was going to say it is like a modern take on George Reeves' version. I like it, but I do think because let's just be honest, like I almost called him Christopher Cornstarch. I don't know why.
Christopher Cornstarch?
What's his name? David Cornsweet?
I have no idea what his name is. It's weird, isn't it?
It's David. Christopher Cornstarch. So it's David Cornsweet.
Cornsweet.
David Cornsweet.
That's a terrible last name.
What are we talking about?
The actor who plays Superman. That's his name.
Okay.
David Cornsweet. He looks great. And so I think, let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is. No one's going to fill out a Superman suit like Henry Cavill. It's just not going to happen. No one at their best. So the suit, I think, is going. Someone mentioned it that it's going to get some embellishment from CGI, and you can see there. Yeah, and so it's got a lot of different elements of the suit. Like, like the trunks are lost in Cavill's, like but it's again we've got George Reeves there in the center. It's like a modern take on that, and then we've got the Tyler.
I never realized how bad his logo looks from Superman and Lois. Bring that all the way on the right. I forget his name. That's really bad.
That's Tyler. That's Tyler Hoechlin.
That logo on his thing looks like he bought that at Target. That is a terrible pasted on logo.
Party City.
What? Yeah,
or Halloween Town.
Yeah, that's from Halloween.
Oh, and sorry, Christopher Reeves, by the way, not George Reeves. I feel like I don't know who's George Reeves.
That's a totally different guy.
That's actually the second. He's the second Superman.
Whatever. So there's too many of them, and so I think it'll be interesting. I think Daniel brings up an interesting question that we'll lump this in with the next set of news. Alex, let me lead into this.
We're ready?
Then we can, then I'll ask.
We're done. All right, good.
Yeah.
So this is even more fun. DC's Green Lantern show, Lanterns, officially picked up as an HBO series. Anyways, HBO has officially picked up Lanterns, the first live-action series created expressly for DC Studios under co-chairman, co-CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran. Now, first of all, let's bring up. I want to see a picture because I love it. Makes me inspired. I forget the name of this artist who did this, but he did.
Yeah, this is from
Marvel 1985.
This is from Green Lantern Earth 1, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the artist's name. Someone will remind me in the comments, but this is very exciting. So the series has been given an 8-episode straight-to-series order by HBO with Chris Mundy from True Detective Night Country and Ozark serving as a showrunner and executive producer. It's going to follow Hal Jordan and John Stewart, 2 members of the Green Lantern Corps, an intergalactic team charged with everyone. Do we know what the Green Lantern Corps is, or do I have to read it? I'm going to read it. Are defending a specific from evil through the use of rings that bestow an array of superhuman powers. Per the logline, you recruit Stewart and Lantern legend Jordan are 2 intergalactic cops thrown into a dark Earth-based mystery as they investigate a murder in the American heartland. So this is basically
there's been a murder.
This is basically True Detective Series 5.
Yeah,
this is True Detective Series 5. Lanterns.
Question for you, Paul.
Autumn. Here's the thing. First of all, your impression of what's his name from Glass Onion and whatever that movie other one's called.
He's perfect.
James Bond.
James Bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Paul. When you watch it, are you going to watch it during like the brightest day or like the blackest night? When do you think you'll watch it?
I'm gonna scream. So yeah, no.
It was a valid question.
That's a great question. And did you prep that? Because
no, I thought of it. I was like, oh wait, everyone stop talking. I have something cool to say.
I need to type this. Both. I will watch it all the time. It's gonna be one of those shows that, good or bad, I'm gonna finish the entire thing. So
that's fair.
It's one of those things. So Daniel asked some great questions, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Goodness.
Is DC fighting an uphill battle? That's a good question.
That's the question that I wanted to lump in the Superman news with this, because Superman and the David Cornsweet one that we just saw and Green Lanterns, it's all in the Gunn James Gunn verse of DC.
People already have feelings about without having one thing happen, as is usual.
I think they are. Yeah, and he can get everyone involved that he wants. Like, I know in like GL, like I think it was like Tom. I know Tom King's in there, who's an amazing writer. But then you've also got people who have worked on shows for HBO, right? Like Night Country, and which is a great True Detective. And I think that this story for Green Lantern, doing this like buddy cop sort of the murder mystery, like, is great. The problem is like Hal Jordan's the best part of this is like the Hal Jordan's like maverickness mixed with John Stewart's rigid marine architect stoicness that they play really well together. Stoicnocity. And the whole point of it is them trying to maintain that when they go to these other planets, and they're just like, it just doesn't work that way in these places. So like to ground it much on Earth, to ground it so much on Earth is, I think, smart from like a budgetary standpoint, because like they can't go everywhere, but stoicism, whatever, nerd.
That's not right.
And so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see like how much they like let the purse strings go for this, because Hal Jordan's best when they're like patrolling all of Sector 2814. Otherwise, it's kind of like, why are we doing another Earth story? We can just watch Superman. And plus, Guy Gardner, who is being played by Nathan Fillion, which I'm super excited about. He's going to be in Superman, or I think it's just called Superman now. It's Superman Legacy, the one we just watched.
Yeah.
He's going to be in that. So we've got enough lanterns on Earth, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. If you guys don't know, if you guys are watching this for the first time,
don't say.
And so I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't want to monopolize this conversation because I could literally just talk about this for an hour.
I just hope that the murder mystery that they're solving is a super murder and not a regular murder, because then you just what are you doing? There better be some serious reason that you need to be solving a murder mystery with all your.
There are already people that do that here on Earth.
I forget what they're called. I forget what they're called, but they do that. But so I just hope that there's a super element to it, but I'm sure there will. They're not going to give away all the goods right at the get-go.
I have a bad feeling. I already know what the story is. It's like based on an old GL comic where I don't want to spoil it for people, but like I have a feeling that I already know what it is, and like it's cool, but I don't know if it's going to translate well to an entire series because it was like a short story. But it'll be. Sinestro did it,
Spoilers.
By the way, speaking of DC Comics and super space cops, right? They actually had a comic, and I have it in storage because they were so progressive. It was called Lady Cop, and it was just a comic book by DC Comics called Lady Cop, and it was from the 70s, and she was a female police officer.
Girls can be police too.
And the best part, Autumn, she's wearing a skirt. I was dying. I was like,
police skirt though.
Well, this is pink and has ponies, Autumn. This is a girl comic.
It's like all in the bottom. It says police box in like cute little letters.
I see it in the store, and I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I have to buy this right now.
There's some good ones. I mean, Autumn, we've gotten.
Oh God, we've been through this.
We've gotten to see some comics even that DC hasn't published.
Yeah.
And we've been fortunate enough to be a little bit inside baseball, and let's just say DC Comics took some swings.
Yeah.
When it was like girls can read comics too, that's like basically everything was just pink. It was like the same thing as selling pink razor blades, for shaving. It's like it's pink.
It's pink. That means it's for ladies.
Yeah, it's like this energy drink that I was drinking. It's called Gorgie. I didn't know it, but it's literally an energy drink like for women. And I bought like a 12 pack. And I was like, it's great. And there's nothing that makes it for women. It's just.
Do you remember when Bic came out with pens for women?
Oh my God.
No.
It was just ballpoint pens for women, and they were pink. And it's like, it was literally a product you could go buy in the store that no one did, but it was just pens for women.
With an extra,
my hands
what is it?
Can't hold a regular pen. Ow!
10%.
Ow!
Pink taps again.
Oh, this is how I write with a man pen because I can't.
2 hands. Lady cop. Anyways.
Anyway.
So the conversation, like you're saying, is I feel like all comic book movies are on fighting an uphill battle right now. But then I want to get into arguments with people because there's the stupidest things I hear people say. They're like, you should. I see someone say like, there should be like a rule that you don't recast, from the original, person who played the character. I was like, okay, well, the first person who played Superman has been dead, and it's not even George Reeves. So what do you mean that it should never change from the first person character?
Do you think that, like, with everything that happened with the Marvel movies, and we've all been kind of oversaturated with that, but then with like Last of Us and Fallout, do you think that's kind of the new hot genre right now as video game movies, and comic book movies have to compete with that?
The thing is, the difference is that Marvel, DC, they oversaturated everything with
right.
They made it so big, and then they're like, "Can we make it? It can't get any bigger than some of the things."
There's nowhere to go from there.
Yeah,
and everyone's kind of done. Yeah,
it's the Infinity bubble that popped.
Yeah,
Infinity War popped the superhero bubble. It's just just did.
But don't you think that like Last of Us and what's it called? Fallout. Don't you think? I mean, to me, I don't know if it's just me, but they felt fresh. It felt like something new. It didn't feel like yet another superhero movie that I didn't care about. And I haven't played Fallout or Last of Us, but it still was interesting to me.
Go ahead.
And the other thing is with that, right? Because they tried to do video games and it has sucked really bad. Like Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Assassin's Creed is a very involved, very beloved game, but that movie was really not good. They had so much to work with. But The Last of Us, beyond it just being a video game, as a video game, is one of the most exceptional stories told in video games.
Yeah.
The Last of Us Part 2, when they do season 2, Autumn, it's going to be even. I was like, I couldn't believe that they one-upped themselves with their sequel.
Right.
And so when you see that, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's going to take you to a whole nother level. So you're talking about stories that they just took really strong stories. If they made a Call of Duty TV series or movie, it would be terrible. It would just be stupid.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal was funny.
I think, with this, Autumn, is I think like video games inherently lend themselves well to TV because almost nothing that you do in a video game, you could spend 2 hours, like in this span of a 2-hour movie, I have spent an hour and a half creating a character before.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what do you think about Baldur's Gate becoming a series? Baldur's Gate, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate is tough.
Baldurdome.
Autumn, I'm sure you played that game like a few times at this point, right?
Oh, so many times. I've just completed the game like 7-8 times by now.
And that's the thing with like a game like Mass Effect or Dragon Age or something like that that's role playing. You can play that game like 40 different times. Like, well, not
make an interesting series because every episode could be a totally different game experience story.
Right, but the thing is, like, it's hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and 54 hours.
So it's not like a linear story. Yeah,
it's got a story that you can follow, but you can follow in any direction you want, and your character can make any choice. Like, like everyone has always said, like, it would be amazing if we could get to the point where we can make a role-playing game where every choice you make, like a choose your own adventure thing, like they tried that with that one Black Mirror episode. But the amount of money it would take to do something Baldur's Gate, Bandersnatch, it would be absolutely insane because, like, I'm playing the game, and the first time I played the game, I pulled the guy out of the portal. I pulled Gale out of the portal and said, hey, be my partner. The second time, I cut his hand off and shoved him back in the hole and said, die. So it could be a totally different game every time you play. So it's to translate a game like that into a series is so difficult because everyone's got their own version of the game.
So maybe you guys are right. It has to be a really great storyline in a game, not that it's a popular game, but that the story is there.
But it's weird. It is on a case-by-case basis because as someone, I feel like I'm one of 11 people on the planet who finished the Halo show. And that does not lend itself. Yeah, I don't think it lends itself well to TV. I think it, like, if they came out and said, we're going to do a fucking, I get one, a killer Halo trilogy, like of movies, and you kind of just blend Halo 1, 2, and 3, which are arguably like the prime of Halo, and you kind of blend them into a story that can work well over a trilogy. Like when you have that budget, you have that level of like anticipation that you got in between game 1 and 2, that lends itself better than 3 seasons of TV because of just the type of game it is. And but something, you know, because there's not, I mean, and I don't know, it's tricky. I would not want to be in the position of any of these people, but like a good example is Gears of War is coming out, and I think it's a TV show, and I don't think it's going to lend itself well to TV because of like what you're saying, Autumn. There's too many different ways of what you're both saying. Too many different ways you can play this thing. The whole part is you can be different characters. There's this level of multiplayer that is exciting.
I think it could be like Quantum Leap, where every week is a totally different story.
It sounds like it would be fun, but that's the thing is like, you know, Fallout is another game where like you can, you know, there's multiple endings, but the thing is that they all have their own story, right? This Fallout TV series is its own story set in the universe. So they said we're leaving canon and everything else, like we're putting that there in the background and we're telling our own story. That's why Fallout. Yeah, because Fallout is another game where like you're like, well, this is nothing like the game I played, bro. This is not the Transformers I grew up with, my toy commercial, bro. But
you're still mad about Transformers?
I'm still mad about Transformers. But
do you think it's a coincidence that they're both post-apocalyptic settings, and it's got that Walking Dead vibe?
What do you mean?
Both the two shows that have done well is Last of Us and Fallout, and they're both like, there's been
that's the thing is
a big world-ending event.
For gamers who love it, they went for The Last of Us because they knew it was one of the greatest like video game stories. I'm sorry, I know it's like hyperbolic to say like it's one of it. Like I was so moved by those two stories; it was insane.
It truly is.
Fallout more I think fills that thing, but again, you're talking about like just a super wave of people watching it is probably that like, oh, you know, post-apocalyptic, you know, whatever, this could be
that
fun.
Was me. Like I never played the game, but I was totally down and I loved the series. I loved it.
So to that, do you think there's something to like that the success of these two shows, there's this post-apocalyptic nature that like you come into the show and it's like the world you knew is blown up, so you're more like willing to accept whatever they like put out because they're like, oh, this world is new. Where if you're like watching something, something a little bit more unsuccessful and it's a little bit more grounded, you're like, I don't know, like that's not how the game would be. Where when they kind of come out and it's like it's post-apocalyptic, this is an alt universe, or it's The Last of Us, which is already a very, very intimate human story. You're just more willing to accept whatever it is because they're like the world is wiped clean, so like everything that you kind of get to is new, and especially if you did play the game. Like I never beat the game. I never beat the second one. I beat the first one, but it's so I don't know. I think the Walking Dead, you know, because Daniel said the children yearn for the mind, but they yearn for the Walking Dead. That was what Walking Dead did so well. Is like, if you weren't reading the comic, you watched it. Yeah, in the first, I think the first 5 seasons are some of the best ever on television. Truly. I watched. I hung around a little longer than I think some people did, and then I fell off. But it was new. It was like new, and you just never knew what to expect, and it sort of set the tempo for a lot of what some of the shows were. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Anyway,
so topic number 1, half an hour later.
So that's Green Lantern, the last of Green Lantern us, falling out of
Great.
Where the two super cops.
So speaking of bleeding IPs dry.
Speaking of taking what are those things called? You stick it to a tree and just suck all the maple syrup out. What are those? Stab it. You stab a maple tree with the thing, and then it's
a spigot,
a shiv
or something.
Oh no, a shiv's a knife, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, spigot.
It's a spigot or spigot.
With the G. So you stick it in the thing, and it gets all the tree blood out. Harry Potter
and
series,
then you ring the tree.
Then you squeeze the tree out. Harry Potter series at HBO taps Francesca Gardner as showrunner.
Francesca.
It's Guy Gardner's sister-in-law. As showrunner, Mark Mylod to direct multiple episodes. Succession alums Francesca Gardner and Mike Mylod are here for Harry Potter, which is, by the way, this is a very strong team to bring on. Gardner's been tapped to serve as showrunner and executive producer of the upcoming new Untitled series based on the Harry Potter books. Mylod is on book to direct multiple episodes as well as executive produce. The news was announced Wednesday by HBO and Warner Brothers TV, which are behind the original series. Both Gardner and Mylod are already deeply entrenched in the HBO family. Besides Succession, Gardner also did his Dark Materials. I have feelings on that. Maybe we can debate about that if you watched it, Autumn. And he's a regular Helmer there. He's been on Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, and Entourage. Another one, Entourage.
So is this a reboot or a remake? What is it?
This is a reboot. This is a restart. This is a refresh.
Mr. Kennedy.
It's going to be serialized versions of the books. Not the
There's already 8 movies. How much more serialized do you need?
I don't know. I don't think
when we do our box office breakdown, we can talk about it.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Is it you're talking about a world where there's literally 3 Batmen at the same time? Like there's been I feel like there's 3 Batmen
also on Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Warner Brothers, so this is what they do best, which is like hey, but then again, when did the last Harry Potter movie come out?
2012, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, you're talking about 12 years. It's definitely enough time for a reboot.
I think there's an entire generation in there, right? Who've
but they're already watching it. Like they're either watching it or they're not. If they're not interested, they're not going to watch the new one either. It's HBO. It's not on you know what I mean? I mean, I'll keep an open mind, but right now I'm like, why? It's done. We told the story.
Well, now
I know, but that's literally that's every fandom, right? That's every fandom where
we have this network. We can just say we're watching it for the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm interested in how they do it. You know, again, I like to bring these things up, but curious. It's like when you talk about the Skywalker saga, right? The story was told. It was the rise. It was the rise, fall, and redemption of Darth Vader. That's the Skywalker saga. And then they added 3 movies. So they were like, let's keep telling the story.
But they're not retelling the original trilogy over and over.
Unless you really watch the movies and you know that they're just
right. They are the same story over and over, but they're pretending like they're new stories. Whereas Harry Potter, I know that with the prequels they made, they're trying to expand the universe. So it's like expand the universe with other witches and wizards, with other students, with whatever. Just to tell the story again just seems like I don't know.
Agree, because like that's why what is it, Hogwarts Legacy? They told another prequel story.
There's also schools all over the world. Like they have schools in all these different countries. So go to a different country and tell stories about that school.
I have no doubt that this I think if they're smart, they'll go to the Percy Jackson school of adaptation. Percy Jackson's not bad, right? They adapted it for a younger audience with younger actors so they can grow into this role. I think Warner Brothers is going to put probably hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in marketing for this. I think by season 2, we'll get that, Autumn. We'll get the different schools.
We should get Ron, Harry, and Hermione's kids doing a show on the WB. They're all 15.
Mm-hmm.
It's all,
They're doing
Next, First Child
with Harry Potter.
Yeah. I mean, it's Warner Brothers, so it's all going to be like Dawson's Creek, and except for Charmed. You know what I mean? So
the first thing Warner Brothers is going to do, right, which we know, is they're going to be like, okay, what's our ATM? Okay, Harry Potter's an ATM. Let's just keep drawing from it. And, they'll keep doing it. If they can spin it off, like Paul said, if they could spin it off into other things that starts, hey man, Star Trek, bro, they had freaking TNG and Deep Space Nine going on at the same time, and then they overlapped with Voyager. They can totally have overlaps of these shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just so just looking at this from production standpoint, I'm not. Where are you? I don't know if we've ever talked about this because we just all have so many different fandoms. Where are you with Harry Potter? It's not even in my top 5 fandoms, probably.
I love it.
I love Harry Potter.
Even with all the problematic about the creator, that's all problematic and I hate it and all that. But I love it. I go to, Wizarding World and I have stuff and I have merch and I love it. It's fun. I was on board from day one. Like I went and bought the book when it came out. I was at the midnight release of every other book at Borders or whatever it was. I went to the parties and I went to every movie at midnight. Like I love it. I'm all in.
Yeah, every time I talk about it, I think I don't really care for it that much. And then I remember how much I've seen and I've read all the books. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess it's still not probably in my top 5. Maybe it is. But
Steve Nara's comments making me laugh, by the way. Daniel, if you want to bring that up, I just like.
Yeah.
Say,
if it's on the WB. Yeah.
Yeah. 15 played by 30-year-olds.
Was it Tom Weller, the guy who played Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like 90210 was big with like the late 20s and early 30-somethings playing 16-year-olds. Yeah.
I mean, what about 21 Jump Street? Or like 41 Jump Street.
Or like 41 Jump Street. Boom.
You're roasted.
But, you cannot bring up Harry Potter, of course, without talking about the...
You know what, Tenchi, at this point, it's a drop in the bucket. Like, if you stop or start, she's never going to... It doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
Like, yeah, we don't want to support.
You gotta talk about the transphobic elephant in the room. I mean, every time you go to the Wizarding World, right, or you stream the movies, like she gets a cut. It's inevitable. Yeah. Like it's horrible. But it's
at some point when you make that much money, it doesn't matter. You could stop. Everyone could stop and never consume any of her content ever again, and it will not change her life at all. Like it doesn't matter at this point. I know it's a terrible viewpoint, but that's what I think. I'm like, who cares? It doesn't. She's not going to hurt her if we all stop.
I would love to say that I could be that person that says like, well, what's the guy's name from Amazon whose name I can't remember right now?
Jeffrey Bezos.
Okay, like Jeffrey Bezos is like a demon, and freaking you could be like, oh, and that other guy whose name I can't remember because I hate their names. Oh, Elon Musk. Yeah. So you had Elon Musk, like, oh, he's so like they're all but they're all getting everything they can from us anyways, and we just don't see where they're getting it from us. Like, so I mean, I know it's very cynical of me, and there are times where I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, and then I just end up doing something, and I'm like, oh, now I'm on this spiral. It's like. I might end up at Halloween Horror Nights again at the end of this year, which means I'm definitely going to end up in Wizarding World because it's open at that time. And so it's like, like I could try my hardest.
I think when it comes to something like Bezos or J.K. Rowling or somebody that has already got so much money that it doesn't matter anymore, they're set for life. Their grandkids are set for life unless they are jerks about it and don't give it to them. That's where I don't really take a stand. I don't really care. But if it's someone like, okay, the Prince estate, right? He died, or Bob Ross estate, one of those kind of things where the families are milking it and reintroducing all these things. I don't want to support that because it's going to somebody who's trying to build wealth off of, like they're building, it'll make a difference. You know what I mean? If you go buy Bob Ross merch.
Daniel, are you writing this down for the debate?
Matter. Yeah.
Already she's like, it's cool if Jeff Bezos gives his money to his kids.
No, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter.
Save it for 2 weeks from now.
I'm saying it doesn't matter. I don't care who they give it to. I don't care what they do, but we're not going to make any difference at this point with a boycott. It won't matter. Right. Anyway, that's my 25 cents.
Yeah, because I mean, and then you could go.
Bezos just took it.
I know. Every time I'm like, there shouldn't be billionaires. God damn you, Jeff Bezos. I'm like, oh, my shoes are here. Like, they got here today. Whatever. So it's fine. We're not the morality police. But yeah, so
we'd be terrible at that.
I think it'll be one of the more interesting. It's of everything involved in this show. It's what I'm most looking forward to is how their marketing team is going to spin JK Rowling out of all of this. As two people, Autumn, who work in marketing, isn't that a horrifying task to think of?
Yes.
Like,
I mean, the video game, the developers of the video game, they put a trans person right in the front of your face. Like they're
going to be definitely doing some token placement. You know what I mean?
Sure.
For sure. There was
again,
a celebrity that go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's because, by the way, everyone out there who thinks that all these people and these companies have agendas, their only agenda is money. And if they could get money, if they could get 25 more cents per hour out of making a KKK recruitment video, yeah, Disney and the Warner Brothers, they would all do it. If they were like, we could put more trans, or we could whatever makes us more money. So don't worry, it's not an agenda that they're trying to push. So no, it's all about
it's a money.
Dollar.
Like you're right, it is an agenda.
Continue talking about
all share. So I think that'll be the most interesting thing that we should all keep a lookout for, because it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this new concept, and also interesting to see who they cast for all this stuff. Not just from who's Harry Potter, but it's like, who is willing to dedicate the next decade of their life to this?
Yeah,
probably someone who is like, they'll probably be like someone who's like, you know what, I'm done with this like Hollywood where like fighting.
Yeah, I'll just do this for the rest of my life. Yeah,
or like people
like
people who do like I feel bad for what's her name, Emily. What's her name? Who's in Game of Thrones?
Yes,
the
Targaryen.
blonde one who was
Emily Targaryen.
Emily Targaryen, whatever her freaking name is.
Yeah.
Like she's screwed. Like every movie she does, and
Amelia Clark.
Everything she does just sucks, right? Like
well, hold on. I mean, that's a bit harsh. I know.
No, I mean,
I got to get my licks in now because I'm not on the debate show. So,
listen, I'm just saying is because she was on Game of Thrones, it became just so Game of Thrones. Like, they're like, oh, let's be in Terminator. And she's like, okay, and it's just terrible. And they're like, oh, let's be in Secret Invasion. Okay, and it's terrible. Let's be in the Star Wars movie. It's terrible. So she just does all these things that are just like this. She just gets tapped because she was in this very big popular show, and then it's just terrible. So
because they all want to tap that.
Yes, they all want to tap that. Thanks, Autumn.
Okay.
But whoever's on this Harry Potter show, like that's it for them. Like that's why I say when people do Star Trek, I'm like, I hope you like doing theater, because like once you're on one of these like crazy franchise obsessed shows, it's very difficult. What the heck am I looking at? Is this really something from that show? Because
it's from Secret Invasion. It's the last episode.
Oh, I didn't get through that show. It was so terrible.
Oh man,
I couldn't get into
Alex. I don't know if we would make Autumn do it, because I don't know. It's her powers. She's now the most powerful person in the MCU because that's canon now. Alex,
one of her powers being not looking like that?
Yeah.
We should do a review of Secret Invasion.
Oh God. Okay.
That's something that like I would make you watch. I hated it. I mean, I'm just gonna. It's fine if you liked it. I hated every episode, and there's not one thing I found redeeming about it. It would be fun now in hindsight for us to talk about it.
By the way, one of my favorite comic series, because it's like the Dominion War from Star Trek.
It's great. Yeah.
So too. I thought it was a poorly photoshopped meme. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
do you remember that series in the Marvel universe where they're on the moon? What's it called?
Inhumans.
Okay, so I watched that because it was on my checklist, on my spreadsheet.
Right. I remember.
I watched every episode, and I said it was like a high school theater's production, and all they had was Star Trek props and costumes from a bad Star Trek series,
from
and like
60s.
Yeah, and it was so bad, but I did watch every episode, and I think we should do an episode on that.
Are you serious right now? Like bad. I've purposely. Are you going to make me watch Ahsoka next? Like I literally canceled Ahsoka. Canceled Disney Plus 3 episodes into Ahsoka. I was like, I'm done. I can't pretend anymore. I can't do it. You're going to make me watch all these shows that I purposely avoided.
Now I am. Yeah.
This is very traumatic. You already got me with Transformers.
Daniel, write this down.
Really upsetting.
I know. Thank you, Daniel. I will say before we move on to our final story, we opened the show talking about The Good Place. It's the only reason I would watch The Acolyte is to see Jason Mendoza and just imagine that he doesn't know when he throws the lightsaber portals.
No, I think it's one of his lives. You know how they go back over and over again?
Yeah.
That's one of his life experiences that he has.
Wait a minute. Mendoza's in The Acolyte?
Yeah, he plays someone.
Oh, okay, please.
14 says, I'm just tuning into Fandom Social, and the first thing I hear is, I hated every minute of it.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
We're sticking to our brand. What can we say?
Oh,
Alex is Alex.
It's not it's very common that we all share one thing that we don't like. So we kind of ran with it.
All right.
Geez. All right.
Let's
move on from the tomato throwing at Disney. Because they make they made Tarzan, and I like Tarzan.
They make tomatoes. They own the tomatoes.
They made Treasure Planet. Let's never forget.
and Atlantis.
I recently watched that.
And Atlantis. Yeah.
I recently watched Treasure Planet. I didn't really,
which was very disturbing for a kid's cartoon. I was there when they made it.
I just got to say is that when I was in Ireland, I made my friend Monica, who doesn't like Will Ferrell, I made her watch Talladega Nights. She loved it, so I watched Treasure Planet because she loves that. I'm not sharing my opinion, just in case she's watching.
Wait. They did make Dole Whip, so there is that. Good, good call.
Dole Whip.
Yeah, they didn't. Native Hawaiians made it, and then Disney.
No, move on. They made Dole Whip.
Okay. I never had one in Disney. I only had one in Hawaii. So good. Okay, so here, final news. Daniel, get ready for some horrible graphics that are going to very, very upset me. A Hallmark Christmas movie about the Kansas City Chiefs is about to set to begin film. Yeah, because you care so much about
you had me at Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah. Same. I love them.
I know. Between the two of you with the Christmas movie, the Hallmark Christmas,
I love them. I downloaded the app. You guys remember that?
Is it going to be a big city Kansas Chief fans who moves to the country to save her father's Christmas tree farm?
No, there's an actual story. Go ahead, Alex.
I did see part of that movie with the Christmas tree farm. It was on in the background because Paul convinced me to turn it on.
There's like 30 of them. What are you talking about? That movie? Be more specific.
I don't know. It was on in the background.
You have to make a wish on the Christmas tree. I'm
not one of you weird people. I'm spending Christmas in like the darkness of the Arctic Circle.
Travis Kelce and the Chiefs Save Santa and the Christmas tree farm.
All right, so the movie,
gazebo.
So this is Hallmark, the NFL, and Skydance, but it's Skydance Sports, for a holiday movie called Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story. I want to kill myself. Production of the movie begins next month and will be shot entirely in Kansas City, including at what is Geha field at Arrowhead Stadium. The film will star Hunter King and Tyler Hynes, who both have appeared in a number of Hallmark movies. Mm-hmm. Here's a synopsis of the film. I'm just sick to my stomach reading this. Alana Higman, Alana Higman, played by King, is sure that her family's lifelong history as Kansas City Chiefs superfans makes them a frontrunner to win the team's Fan of the Year contest. Derek Hines, director of fan management, is tasked with evaluating how Alana and her family stack up against the other two finalists. As the pair spends time together, it's clear there's a spark between them. And when her grandfather, played by Ed Begley Jr.,
I know.
Vintage Chiefs. What?
That's Aaron's dad.
Yeah. Vintage Chiefs' good luck winter hat goes missing. Oh my God. So when his winter hat goes missing, Alana begins to doubt everything she believed in about fate, destiny, and even questions her future with Derek, unless that is a little Christmas magic can throw a Hail Mary.
Alex, can we have a live viewing of this? I'm so down.
I am so excited for this.
I'm crying. I only ever want Alex to describe this movie. No one else.
I was going to throw up. Like, I'm legitimately like I can't watch this movie. I physically can't watch this movie. Like, I won't be able to.
This might be that might be an Autumn and Paul episode.
Yeah, that's
Alex has to be there.
No, like
see, I would pay money for Alex's response while watching it. Yeah, I want your live.
Wait, are we monetizing this? I will put my freaking Venmo up. And when that thing reaches like $500, because guess what? I'm going on a really expensive vacation.
No, you're like, I'm leaving unless $1 gets dropped into this Venmo every minute.
Yeah, seriously.
No, Alex, you have to donate it to the Christmas,
Alex is paying off
the American Christmas fund. The American Christmas Tree Foundation.
Yeah, no. Sorry, it's going to the American Express Bill Foundation. That's what it's going to.
The American Holiday Tree.
Magic
Thank you.
of Christmas. Mm-hmm.
Yes. She flies over the show and drops her Christmas magic. She flies over the head.
In her jet that everyone's so upset about.
Autumn, it's every billionaire's jet that I'm upset about, not just her. I'm just saying, it's every billionaire.
She'll fly needlessly back and forth across the sky during the movie.
Which is literally what all billionaires do, is they fly needlessly back and forth.
Especially
I gotta go from what is it? I gotta go from Los Angeles to Anaheim. Let me get in my jet.
Move over, Santa. It's time for Mother Christmas now. Mother is mothering.
Mother Christmas is Mother Christmasing.
Christmasing.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh my god!
I actually
so
think
excited.
that this is brilliant. If you think about it, if you remove Alex's response to it, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And if they do this right, why wouldn't they do this with every single team?
I think Jake Gyllenhaal should be in it.
I think he should.
With a red scarf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's done worse.
I have so much lore.
I've seen Bubble
throw
Boy
in there. Yeah, and John Mayer should do the soundtrack. Let's just throw in all the Taylor Swift Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the guy from the 1975.
It's a Christmas movie, not an Easter movie, so they have to be.
Oh,
Christmas
that's when the movie takes place, is in 1975, Autumn.
Stop it.
And so I actually think that's brilliant. I'm very I'm excited
God.
for this.
Yes.
And
let's do a Hallmark movie box office breakdown.
I've thought about it. We talked about it, but the problem is there's not a lot of money in them, so. They're all about
viewership.
Do we have a release?
We could do viewership. Yeah. Oh yeah, an appearance by Tom Hiddleston and Taylor Lautner. Let's just throw them all in there. Yeah.
Because
this writes itself.
Has a one personality. If there's nothing else she does, just boyfriends. Come on, she's got other things. No release date.
Okay.
No release date.
Jake from State Farm.
Okay, so no release date right now. I do think this is brilliant. I do think she's gonna. I don't know if she'll cameo in it, but I think Travis Kelce might.
Christmas Farm, Steve.
I think Travis Kelce might be in it. As
no way.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
It's officially NFL.
This is a live show.
Officially.
I think Jason Kelce will be in it.
Yeah, that dude's retired. He's not doing shit.
As Santa.
I think I'll put my money where my mouth is. I don't know what the bet is, but I bet you that Travis Kelce's in it.
Okay.
Even for a minute.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet.
What should we bet?
Cameo.
Everyone? What do we bet?
Pete Thano's saying just Thanksgiving 2024, which is I guess when they release.
I know what I bet. I know what we bet. If I win, we have to do the Twilight box office breakdown.
That's good, because then that means we don't have to do that until this movie comes out. So that's a win for me.
Yes.
Okay, deal.
And if you lose,
it's Paul.
You have to watch the Saw box office breakdown.
Ooh, yes. Hell yeah, brother.
Okay. All right.
But we're definitely doing it in the 5 movies, top 2, bottom 2. I'm not watching.
We all lose by watching
movies.
it.
Yeah.
Me and Autumn are going scorched earth.
Yeah, we are.
I think.
Okay, it's a bet.
Jason Kelce is Santa. Yeah, absolutely. I think Travis Kelce is going to be in it, and it's going to be it's going to be stupid dialogue, more stupid dialogue, and then you're going to hear, "Hey, maybe I can help with that." And they turn around, and it's Travis Kelce's dumbass face just standing there,
wearing a little Christmas sweater.
Right, and the mom is going to be in it for sure.
Oh, Donna
Kelce. She's going to be.
By the way, I know the Travis Kelce because I've heard the name of. You guys have so much extra characters, background characters, that I have no idea who they are. That you're making.
Well,
you could be making up these names right now.
I'm a good Swiftie. I know all of the Kelce family. And
why? Who cares? She's going to break up with him in a week and write a whole album. We care.
And of course,
hard disagree.
And of course, Patrick Mahomes. Bring that picture up again, now.
Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes.
The role of a lifetime for Corbin Bleu. He's coming back. That guy needs the work.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Alex. I didn't mean to isolate you so much here. But
no, listen. I know a sport fact that Madden. In the new Madden game, they made Ed O'Neill as a playable character. He's a playable
from the Little Giants, or what is it?
For the holidays.
No, Ed O'Neill, who played Al Bundy, Polk High 33.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, he's also the coach of the Little Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so it's like a
but he also played football in school, and he tried out for professional sports. So they put Ed O'Neill in Madden, and he's hosting like some Sports Center show or something, or like co-hosting.
I love Ed O'Neill. I'm watching Modern Family right now, and I love everything about him. Honestly, I'm really excited for this movie now.
I am too.
Of all of the shit we've talked about today, this is the thing I'm the most excited.
Yeah. For. I think that we should do a live reaction. Like we should find out how that would work and do a live reaction. We'll do a group watch together.
That'd be really fun. I don't know how in the hell we're gonna.
I don't know how either. We'll figure it out.
Like legally.
Yeah.
But as long as we're not trying to monetize
who's
it.
Who's really protecting that IP is what I want to know.
The
NFL?
Like
a pirate movie.
I was like the NFL, Skydance, Hallmark, maybe. I don't know.
Taylor Swift,
NFL
maybe.
Is super savvy about protecting their movie IPs.
You got to remember, Autumn. What's their one agenda? Money.
Make money.
Make it.
Oh my God. Old man yelling at me at the laundromat.
We're probably going to be their most powerful outlet with the most audience numbers to react to their Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Who else is going to be doing a live reaction to it?
If that's true.
Swifties.
Hello, Hallmark and NFL. Thank you so much for sponsoring Fandom Social.
We are.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're watching us.
Yeah.
Travis, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you don't know how to figure out the phone, Travis, just ask your assistant. He'll show you how to do it, buddy. You got it.
Yeah.
He's gonna beat us up.
He knows how to ball, but she knows Aristotle, so she can help him.
I don't even know
is
what
that
that
a
is.
reference to a song?
I don't know. Don't poke.
Some people know.
Alex, don't poke. One person.
I just don't understand.
Daniel.
He's a Neanderthal. I'm just trying to figure out the connection between that and whatever.
It means something. Go ahead.
Well, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Very excited. Well, let us know. What do you guys, of all of the, between between Superman, Green Lantern, the new Harry Potter show, and this Hallmark movie, what are you guys most excited for?
Hallmark movie. 100%, no question.
Yeah. I am excited that I don't have to pay for HBO. So it doesn't hurt me to
neither do I. Someone gave me their login.
Shill.
So I'll probably watch all of those shows. I'm excited for all of those for about one or two episodes.
Well, you can get started on your Harry Potter homework then.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even have to ask Paul what you're excited about. It's the Hallmark movie.
It's the Hallmark movie, honestly, of all of these, because it's the least amount of investment.
Green Lantern
for the most possible reward.
That's true.
Superman. Respect. Oh, by the way, I love that Ghost Rider designer toy.
Cool.
Green Lantern seems like a safe bet. Yeah, I feel like it could be a safe bet, especially because it's basically going to be True Detective season 5 in space. Actually, it's not in space. That was cool.
All right. Well, don't know if Autumn's going to be. Oh, yeah, she'll be back.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you something that I still have.
I fixed mine. I sent mine out to have someone fix it. Yeah, the ball joint is just too loose.
Yeah, I posed mine a little too aggressively.
I remember.
5 years ago, and here he is.
He's like weird Ghost Rider Barbie. Does he do splits?
Yeah.
Does he do the split?
He's weird Ghost Rider.
He's like one of those inflatable things in front of a car dealership now.
He is.
But he's owned IP. So, all right, everyone. Well, that about does it. Also, I want to thank everyone for all of you who are going in after the show and commenting things that you're excited about.
Yeah.
It's super fun, super helpful. I'm again, let us know in the comments after this or right now or wherever or both. What you're most looking forward to for 2024 as far as shows, Ghost Chiropractor, as far as shows go, because there's a lot of content coming out. There's a lot now. I mean, June itself was insane. The Bear season 3 just came out. Or House of the House of the Dragon, The Boys, all of these shows. They're sort of in their like waning. They're like in their sunset seasons. I call them because they're
really?
waning. I
these
think
shows are out. Man, I have all these streaming services. I haven't watched.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't watched
a ton of stuff. Severance is coming out. There's a lot of movies coming out pretty soon. It's a good time right now. So, yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys are most excited for. Are there any new shows you're watching? We don't have time to cover all of it. We even have a whole other thing that we were going to get into, but we'll do that. It's another episode for another day. But so thank you for that. So on July 11th, tune in 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern for a debate show between Autumn and Alex with Daniel moderating somehow. Daniel should have the ability. He's just gonna, like, if Autumn keeps talking over Alex, just remove her from the screen, or he can just mute you.
No, you can
I think that's gonna be necessary.
I would never talk over anybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I've been biding my time. All of my answers are going to trump yours in our debate. Okay. So I have to do an SEO thing again. Just slipping that SEO in there.
Biden. So Steve, all the Bears out right now. So they released it all at once. The Boys the same, but we'll check it out. I just finished The Bear. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings on it. Maybe we can talk about it in the group, which is Fandom Socialites. We'll be muting microphones like a certain debate. Yes. And then after that,
a lot, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Not continuing this joke.
Nope. And then so on the 11th, we've got the debate of a lifetime, the only one worth caring about. After that, we're doing our box office breakdown of Harry Potter, and then we're doing a Comic-Con deep dive to prep you for Comic-Con. And then we've got our fandom focus on the My Little Pony Bronies. That's cool.
I have a question about this. Like making their own, like in his living room, and like people can come over and like.
Is this a conference
collection?
It needs to be 3 times as big.
You know the answer to that, and yet,
his house. I get it, in his garage.
He obviously has the machine from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he went to a local convention and shrunk them down. And he's playing God.
Yeah,
it's obvious.
Oh no, it's a convention of miniatures, which means I want to go to it. So I'm super excited.
You got it.
Maybe he's a con artist and he's ripping off some like small animals and stuff.
It's a convention about mini skirts.
Okay. Like Lady Cop. Paul.
He's running a mini con. It's like he's duping people, but it's like in a small way.
Yeah, that's great.
It's like, I got you to take off your hat and you didn't want to.
Yeah. He's like doing like valet, and it's free valet, but he parks you really far.
Yeah.
It's a mini
con.
He
parks like over the lines.
Yeah. That's fun.
It's a mini con.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
That's
right.
Great. Anyways, are we good? Have we
get out of our system
enough? You're all good.
No, I think
there's so much
good.
material to pull from a mini con. I don't even know how to. I can't stop.
Mini con, the whole episode. For all it's just an Oompa Loompa convention. All right, I'm good. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so very much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We are not going to have a show on July the 4th. We're going to be just celebrating, taking a break, relaxing. But yeah, we'll be in the group. We're always around. Again, join Fandom Socialites, like, comment, subscribe, the notification bell wherever you are. Right now, again, we're still only on YouTube because for whatever reason, it's incredibly difficult for us to stream to Facebook because they're being dumb. So thanks a lot. Who is it? Who's that one? Zuck. But with so thank you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember to like what you love. Love what you like, and don't be a jerk about it. I forgot the outro. I forgot. Yeah. Don't be an Alex about it.
Don't be an Alex.
I really want to see Alex. Now I really want to see you watch the show. I think